why I bring this conversation again, because I was watching this very long podcast on PBD. It's one of the biggest podcasts in the United States, and the hosts were talking about our countries in Syria and Lebanon like we're shitholes, right? Because we don't have enough income, and our socioeconomic problems are a lot. Therefore, we're just spawning terrorists, according to them.
The problem in the Middle East, like I said, follow the money. The countries that are succeeding, the Qataris, even the Saudis these days, they're coming into the modern world. They're leaving the 6th century mentality behind and say, let's get into the 21st century, where they need to succeed. In whether it's Gaza or whether it's Lebanon or whether it's Syria and whether Afghanistan, they need to focus on GDP, not GDT. Gross domestic product, not gross domestic terrorism. But it's socioeconomic. People need economic improvements. People need political certainty. And when you combine that with Islamic fundamentalism, you sprinkle in a little jihad, throw in a little anti-Zionism and rhetoric, you'll get what's going on in Gaza. But look at the countries that are thriving in the Middle East, and look at the countries that are basically the Gazas of the Middle East. When people don't have jobs, and they don't have purpose, and they don't have meaning, and they can't work, and they can't basically have political economic sustenance for their family, they're going to resort to violence. That's why every single one of those countries that is 10% unemployment, those countries are, as Trump says, shithole countries. But all the nice countries, Qatar, UAE, they're all thriving.
This very big misconception about the Levantines, the people in Syria, in Lebanon, in Palestine.
It's not misconception. It is they want to implement that. Dehumanizing us is part of the war. As we were speaking, Kevork, when you were speaking today, it is a war of information, I believe. It is a war of information because they start by dehumanizing, by teaching the settler kids that we are terrorists and that killing us is okay. So you come out with this community that cheers on genocide.
Yeah.
The whole problem is with the narrative. They know exactly how rich our culture is because we are the cradle of culture and humanity. It is a melting pot of Judaism, Islam, Christianity. Romans were here, Persians were here, Arabs were here. Every single civilization out there was here. The first law, the first language, the first monument, the first civil society came from here. They know it. And these are the only parts of West Asia where we didn't need to sell ourselves to the West to live. We don't, I want, when they talk about prospering Arab nations, let me see these prospering Arab nations if they say no one time in their history to the United States of America.
There is
we
none.
have been saying no to the United States of America for 100 years and we are still here. We are richer, we are freer, we are stronger. It is not about money because in Syria, after 10 years of war, there are still people who are plowing their land, harvesting their wheat. Europe is going to starve because they don't have enough wheat because of the Ukrainian war. Do you think they're rich? I think I'm richer.
Yeah. Ghadi, you live in
my land, you know. I'm harvesting what I'm growing inside my land as a Lebanese. I don't starve if someone stops giving me food, money, oil, whatever, regardless of the actual hardships because of the siege. But you know, these podcasts, these Western ideas, these colonizing ideas, they are even being changed from the inside. I have so much belief in the Generation Z and the beautiful independent journalists coming from all walks of life in Europe and the United States of America, and in the hundreds of thousands of people marching the streets, whether it's in London or New York or Washington or Norway,
they're everywhere. So, here, with tens of thousands, they're protesting.
People know now because, first of all, if you come and say Syria as a, you use the word I would never use online, but that's cute. Syria and Lebanon, these countries are bad, or they are like being portrayed as uncivilized, and they can say this forever, but forever. Mustafa is Steve Jobs, who was born to a Syrian dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the end, the human of this place, the human born here, the resilience we are showing, I would really like to recite Rafif Ziad's poem and tell everyone who's watching us to go and watch this lady from Palestine telling you how we
Teach life, sir.
We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir.